screen, so we have a problem.
Good morning, Governor Christie.
Good morning, Don.
I apologize. I didn't know you were on the phone.
I found it fascinating.
You know,
with all the problems going on.
Very good point.
If whatever I can do to help with your problems on this, I'm here to help.
Well,
you know what
no, there's nothing you can do. So
you know what I'd do?
What?
I'd fire those SOBs. That's what I'd do.
Here's the problem. They're and I really mean this. They're irreplaceable. In fact, they left FAN when I got fired there to come, and they left MSNBC. All of them to come with me to Fox. So I couldn't do without them. Couldn't do the show without them. So.
Well, I guess that's all right. I mean, I thought you were the only one who's irreplaceable, Don.
No, that's not the case. They can replace me in a heartbeat. Them they can't replace. So,
right,
so you're doing a pretty good job in New Jersey, I'm told.
I'm trying, Don. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in New Jersey, but I'm having a lot of fun every day. I got to tell you, some of the stuff's tough, but we're doing it.
Trying to close this $11 billion budget deficit. There's some people say on the backs of school teachers.
Well, they'd be wrong.
What are you doing then?
Well, listen. First of all, it was an $11 billion budget deficit on a $29 billion budget that my buddy John Corzine left me, and you know we fixed it. And only the cuts to education amounted to about $820 million of $11 billion. So I don't think anybody could say that we fixed it on the backs of school teachers. And anyway, Don, you know the teachers union in New Jersey demanding 4% and 5% increases, you know, every year when there's no inflation, free health benefits for overwhelming majority of their members from the time they're hired till the day they die. I mean, you know, people can't afford to pay these things anymore.
And they're complaining about it has generated all of this essentially negative publicity. But even objectively looking at it, you're probably right.
I mean, you know, who in the world is getting free health benefits anymore? And it's free family health benefits. I mean, everybody contributes to their health care. And you know, I just have thought all along that there's no way you can have just one sector of our society who's sheltered from everything that's going on in the economy and have the people who are getting hurt by the economy the most be the ones paying for that shelter. Doesn't make any sense to me. So everybody's got to contribute. Everybody's got to be part of the sacrifice, and we'll see how it goes.
Coming up, we're talking with the Governor Chris Christie. Is coming up on 23 minutes till the hour. You're withdrawing this property tax rebate, which I guess you can make a case effectively raises property taxes, and you campaign on lowering property taxes. What's up with that?
Well, because what we did was we withdrew it for 3 quarters and we turned it into a credit. Before, you know, we used to mail out these checks, and it cost us $20 million to mail out the checks between the checks and we used to borrow money to send money back, you know, only in New Jersey. Really smart. So what we're doing now is we're turning it into a direct credit and ask those people to be part of the sacrifice as well to help fill the $11 billion budget deficit. We said we're going to take 3 quarters of a vacation on the property tax credit, and it'll start in the fourth quarter of fiscal 11. So we'll start next April. People will see direct credits on their property tax bills. So everybody's got to be a part of the sacrifice, Don, and you got $11 billion to fill. You know, everybody's got to get hit. We cut every department of state government. That's the way it goes.
So you guys do these polls. You know what's going on around the state. What's the reaction from folks?
The reaction's been extraordinarily good. You know, after doing all of this stuff, you know, we put a 2% cap on property taxes, which people didn't think we could do. Starting January 1, that property taxes can't go up any more than 2% in a year. We hope that it would go up even less, if not at all. But we're going to be working towards that. And now, you know, I'm more popular now than I was the day I was elected.
It's 22 till the hour. We're talking with Governor Chris Christie, who now is patting himself on the back here.
Yeah, well, listen, Don, you gave me the opportunity. I ain't missing that.
Well, you probably shouldn't, no. Bo Dietl was in this morning endorsing you for... Go ahead. You were going to say?
No, but Bo Dietl's in. That's a big morning.
Well, no, that'll be fine. But he was endorsing you for president, so there's been other talk about that.
No, we're not running for president under any circumstances. No chance. Mrs. Christie would kick me out of the house. It would be over.
So even if there was this big movement
No.
I'm pushing 212. You're ruling it out now for absolutely.
Absolutely, entirely, no chance. In other words, Don, don't bet the ranch on me running. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, but I mean, ordinarily, I'm sort of surprised because ordinarily you would try to weasel out of it, or you would say, well, we'll look at that when the time comes. So
I have no plans at this time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Don, you know me better than that. I give the straight answer. No shot. No
21
chance.
21 till the hour. Governor Christie here in the Imus program. My wife runs the Imus Environmental Center for Pediatric Oncology over at Hackensack Hospital, which I believe where you've been.
I went to visit with her there.
Oh, okay. And they prepared, I'm just curious about this, they prepared this report for you that was a big folder that was a foot thick. And she had a copy of it here. And I said there wasn't any possible way on God's earth that he ever even saw that.
Of course I did.
Or you did see it.
You think I'm going to mess with you and Deirdre? and she's coming in next week, as I understand it, in a week or two to meet with my policy people because we're supporting legislation that she wants to see us push to get passed in the legislature because it's a good idea.
Well, I don't think she won't be back from the ranch until September, so she's probably not coming in next week unless there's something that I don't know,
Well, Don, I do have her cell phone number.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah.
So you were on with Jake Tapper yesterday on ABC, and of all of the substantive things you talked about, the thing you made news about was your comments about the television program, The Jersey Shore, and your objection to that is what?
Well, he just asked if I thought it was positive or negative for New Jersey. I mean, that seems to be a pretty easy answer. A bunch of nudniks down at the shore worried about their abs and every other problem. I mean, I don't think that represents New Jersey. I don't think it's a positive for New Jersey. And anyway, it's a bunch of people from New York anyway who they parachute into Seaside Heights. It doesn't really represent what New Jersey's all about. But, say yes, positive or negative. I say negative. I mean, I'm not going to declare war over it, but I don't think it's good for New Jersey.
For all of us who live in New York.
From New York, for goodness sakes. I mean, come on.
For all of us in New York, we resent that characterization. New York is...
Hey, she's yours, Don. She's from New York. She's not mine.
Well,
the situation is yours, too, as I understand it. So.
Well, yeah, that's probably true as well.
Okay, so I mean, these are people from, upstate New York and Staten Island, and not that I have anything against either one of those places, but New Jersey's got enough of its own problems. I don't need to be... taking responsibility for New York's also.
How'd you feel about The Sopranos?
I liked The Sopranos.
I did.
Well, because there is the mafia in New Jersey, Don. We know that.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't know that until now, but...
oh, come on, Don, please.
Maybe I might have thought so.
Don, you're in radio. Don't tell me that.
So the president's going to be in New Jersey, I think, today, right, Bernard?
A little bit later, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Will you see him, or...
as far as I know, I have not yet been invited.
Have you ever had any communication with him?
Yeah, he called me the day after the election to congratulate me. He was very nice. And then I was at dinner at the White House in February with all the rest of the governors, which apparently is a tradition every year. And I met the president and the first lady, and they were really wonderfully gracious.
So when New Jersey needs something from the federal government, does your relationship with the president, or lack of one, come into play at all?
No. I mean, listen, I think he won New Jersey by 500,000 votes, and I assume if he runs for re-election, he'd like to have a chance to win it again. So I don't think he would, neglect New Jersey just because, there's a Republican governor. So, when we really need things, I have no problem with picking up the phone and calling the White House. And so far, they've been very, very nice to me. So I have a working relationship with them, and I think they'll continue to treat New Jersey well because they care about the state, and certainly he won the state pretty overwhelmingly in 2008.
We're talking with Governor Christie here in the Imus program 17.